It appears I've lost my pen. Hang on, let me grab it out of my pocket. Hello and welcome to the West is the Best show. My name is Andrew Bell. Your host. Your host is always Andrew Bell Ramos, reporting for duty in the studio today. I'll be having an interesting conversation of theory with AJ, the producer. If you could show yourself, your beautiful face. Today we're going to be talking about the Las Vegas shooting. I know the topic's getting a little tired. I know everyone's all hip on all the news, but I don't want to talk about what happened. I want to talk about all the theories, and I want to talk about the possibilities and all the crazy shit that's going on, and I think it'll be a good conversation. So thank you for watching episode 18 of West is the Best. So there was a quote I heard just before going on air, and I'd love to share it with you guys. I wish I had my reading glasses that I don't need. And it goes, "Fuck that. Take drugs, rape sluts, and make fun of gay clubs and men with makeup." And it's an infamous Donald Trump quote. No, not Donald Trump. It was Eminem who said that, right? Yeah, it was Eminem. Just making sure you guys were aware of the type of person he is. Just saying. So you shouldn't really take his political opinion. Like I said, we're talking about the Las Vegas shooting. Las Vegas shooting. We have some pictures. I blew up AJ late last night with like 90,000 pictures. So we're going to try and make it through as many of them as possible. This is Stephen Paddock, the Las Vegas shooter. He apparently is a registered Democrat. Not a big fan of the Trumpenreich. To each his own, I guess. You can be wrong, and we won't make fun of you. But apparently liked Barack Obama and the crazy old white guy from, what was that show? The one with the Muppets, or the one with Sesame Street, I guess? The crazy old white guy who's like the puppet thing? I don't know. Anyways, let's scroll through these pictures and we'll have a good time commentary. So here...
Oh, snaps.
Yeah, here is Stephen Paddock.
I love a good dead terrorist. This is beautiful to me, actually.
100% white terrorist, beating you to the punchline there. He is a piece of shit. I don't think anyone agrees with that. Disagrees with that, rather. I just don't think he did it. I think he was set up. I don't understand the motive.
There's too much. There's too much out there. It's just not one guy. There's definitely videos where there's more than one person. You can hear gunfire, overlapping gunfire. That's the key. Overlapping gunfire, which means there's two people shooting at the same time.
Yeah, I was talking...
shootings at other hotels that night.
I was talking to my father, and like I was sending minute-to-minute responses because he likes to think that I'm not as smart as I am, but I am. And I was like, look, this just happened. There's two shooters. You can hear one in the distance, and you can hear one that's closer. And I don't know if you've ever heard urban gunfire, but it's daunting. And he was like, oh, that's just the echo. It's like, echo my fucking ass. It's not 5 seconds of echo, of like firing loudly, and then 5 seconds, and then quietly muttered gunfire later. It doesn't happen like that. Sorry, dog. Two shooters. Next picture.
Next picture. Oh, there it goes.
Crazy shit. We're pulling it up. Okay, so Moms Demand Action on Twitter said, what if terrorists in Las Vegas attached a bumper stock to a sniper rifle? How many more need to perish? Hashtag think of the children.
I just don't get this post, actually. I don't understand what she's going for here. What if terrorists in Vegas attach bumper stock to sniper rifle?
It wouldn't even work that way, right?
More need to perish. This is dumbfounding. I don't get it. Like, I look at it and I have to squint my eyes. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Like, you have to read it over. Like, did she say it the way I'm reading it? What if the terrorists in Vegas attached bumper stock to sniper rifle? Question mark. How many?
It's obvious these people don't understand how these things work. and I'm not holding them to the highest standard of gun knowledge, right? It would be incredibly irresponsible of me to do that. But like, look at the terrible Photoshop job. That's like from a shotgun. It doesn't even fucking make sense. Next picture. Other way. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. No, the other way. Okay. Las Vegas survivor faces backlash after standing to greet Donald Trump and Melania. What? I was under the... If you're in court, you have to stand. He's offended. Like, people... I don't understand the audacity. People are offended that just because you have a problem standing doesn't mean you should at least try to stand for the most powerful person on the planet who is taking time out of his busy schedule of running the fucking planet to come and visit you and your owies. But I'm saying it was a good move for Donald Trump, but I'm sure Thomas Gunderson didn't have a problem with it either. It's why he stood for it. And I saw his Instagram post. He said, please put your political opinion aside. No shit talking. I was just excited that I got to meet the President of the United States, and I felt like it was my duty as a citizen to stand for him. Pretty boring. Why are you complaining about stupid shit? Seriously, 14,000 reactions. 14,000 people are pissed off that this guy stood by us. Next picture. So liberals were using football to protest police brutality a few days ago, and now they want to use the police to disarm everyone. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of logic on the other side, guys. I'm not saying that there isn't any, right? So don't blow up my Twitter. But just saying. Now they want to use police to disarm everybody. Can you pick a fucking side? Is the government trying to kill you in your house and hunting black people for sport and hates Mexicans? Or are you going to use them to force your agenda that people don't like down their throats? I don't know. We'll find out. Next picture. This is my thing. This is where it doesn't add up. And this kind of culminates everything. So, he gets about 400 pounds of equipment of 30 floors. And obviously he didn't take the fucking elevator, so it had to be up the stairs, right? Sets up a concealed sniper nest, disarms fire alarms and other security systems in place at a fucking casino, removed a window that's 800 pounds of hurricane-proof glass, then for 10 minutes rained aimed firepower, all with no training whatsoever and no motive. AJ, what do you think?
I think it stinks.
It stinks like
I
shit.
think it stinks to high heaven. I think that they're lying to us. I think it's bullshit. There's no damn way. There's a thing. I don't know if we get to this too soon, but the fact that the top 5 floors of that hotel is owned by Saudi Arabia and they had rented the entire...
I have no idea. I didn't know that.
They rented the entire thing out.
Was it at the same time?
Saudi Arabian army had rented the whole top floor out because they owned it. Okay? And then George Soros, this is what's fucking crazy, right? It's like the guy who invested in 9/11, the Twin Towers, and took out those insurance policies like a few months before. They did the same thing. George Soros dropped $42 million in fucking... they call them shorts in a sense, or something else. Basically, he bet money that the stock would fall a month before. $42 million. Is
that like a hedge fund, right?
Bucks here. He said, I'm going to bet $42 million that MGM stock is going to fall. And he fucking put the money down, man. George Soros did. He knew that.
How
he knew
convenient.
That the terrorist attack was going to happen before it happened. That's the business that he's in. Don't even get me started.
How damn convenient. My forehead's looking a little shiny today, so we're going to have to skip to the next picture while I call the makeup lady in here. Just kidding. We don't have a makeup lady. So, this is per capita representation. I don't know if this is particularly applicable, but people are saying that it's white terrorism and it's the number one cause. It's like, whatever. Do you understand that they, for a long time... When was this? So I don't get yelled at. What's at the bottom? What does it say the date is on this? 2016. 1982 to 2016 database. Arabs. Who'd thunk it? I wasn't suspecting Islam, who views anybody that doesn't believe in what they do as like pieces of shit and that you can kill them and get away with it. I would never have suspected that. But apparently Arabs killing it, figuratively and literally. When you not, but it's so funny. All the statistics that put white people in the top. I'm not saying we're harmless, okay? And by we, I'm not. I'm this category right here and that category combined. So my percentage of killing someone's like right here.
What's
But
crazy is that Arabs just got put in their own category and not.
that's my
whites,
point.
Okay,
They were
So
lumped up with white people
would
the
look
entire
at
time.
Statistics just a year ago, and they would say, "Look at all the white people that are creating all this terrorism," and they didn't realize that it was
What is
actually
white?
A ton. It's mostly all Arabs that were they were considered white.
Now,
They weren't black or they weren't.
Are
Mexican, they weren't
all
Chinese, so they were
Arabs
white
terrorists and
are-
killers? No, they're not. But the overwhelming amount of evidence would suggest that there's something fishy going on. Next picture. Next picture. Oh yeah, this is from 8chan. AJ, can you read this? Because I can, but I want you to talk. About
Okay,
it.
so here's what you guys are looking at here. Let's go ahead and do this. From HN. Facts that the official sources are not talking about and signify that we are not getting the truth, reality of what we took place from the official authorities. So I guess we're talking about here is the Vegas shooting.
Yeah.
Women telling people that we're going to die prior to the attack. I heard about this. This Hispanic-looking lady going to the front.
Concert.
Causing trouble. That's right. Attack on soft target identical to 20 ISIS-style terrorist events in the last 5 years. So I guess what they're referring to there is the fact that they're hitting something like Bataclan, the Ariana Grande concerts. They're hitting these soft targets.
Anti-American, anti-Western stuff.
The girlfriend from Muslim-occupied foreign countries. This is something that people don't talk about very much, all right? And this is something that I'm worried about because I think that even if this guy, Stephen, we're going to call him Stephen because it's funny.
Stefan!
We're going to call him Stephen Paddock, all right? The girl is from the Philippines, and the Philippines is ravaged by ISIS, right? And let's not fool ourselves. The Philippines, these people are good con artists, all right? Half of the fucking scams you see on the internet now are coming from the Philippines. It's happening. So I think she might have schooled this dude, and I think he was in some gun running bullshit for a long time.
We're going to talk about that in a second.
And that's good. So the next one is this one. All right. The next one is guns. The girlfriend from the Muslim-occupied foreign country. The guns are criminally possessed, not obtained legally for this person. Here's the thing about it. All right. And I don't think people understand this, is the fact that the whole top floors above where he was already rented out. They had already bought them all. I think they brought the guns in way before, like a month early. You know what I mean? Those guns, they didn't sneak them in. You're not going to find any footage. These motherfuckers know what they're doing, all right? They got those guns in there way early. And then they just put the guns down into his fucking floor so he can do his business. They shot his ass in the fucking head. It's dirty. It all stinks. It just really
Well,
really stinks.
don't go back to the old picture of him being dead, but if you go back and you look at the picture, there's dried blood and then there's fresh blood. Like there's two different types of blood. So as if like they'd killed him before and then they put more blood there. But I digress. So I'm going to continue reading this. Shooter appeared to have a high accuracy with extremely high kill count and clearly knew what he was doing. With regard to vantage point and occupying the specific hotel room. I don't know. Shooter films himself, and he streamed it offshores like ISIS does. ISIS claims responsibility for the attack immediately, which we'll show you on Twitter. Or not ISIS, but Antifa claimed it too. ISIS propaganda from last week contains clips of this location. Shooter was a registered Democrat. Maybe applicable, maybe not.
Yes, he was.
Attack took place on a country music fair,
Pat,
which
where
CBS vice
motherfucker?
president noted is full of white Trump voters, hence is highly symbolic. Trey Gowdy has come out saying that he does not think it was a single shooter. There's 2 windows broken. He rented out the room next to him and his wife's name and then rerouted the credit card. Okay. Let's see. Immediate across-board publicization from late-night comedy on unified message on gun control. Next, or go back picture. Is a previous picture prior? No, that's 4chan. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Wealthy multimillionaire. True. Worked for Lockheed. What the actual fuck? Zero criminal history at all. 64 years old and appears to be relatively sane in this picture. Enjoyed gambling due to having so much money he didn't need to worry. Routinely wired large amounts of money to the Philippines, and yet we're to believe. Hang on, there isn't more to this story. Can you stop switching? I can't read. More to the story. We're all supposed to do is move on, except that we need more gun control. Listen to what Hillary, Fallon, Kimmel, Paul Ryan, and Chuck Schumer have to say, and possibly soon we will have to watch Trump cuck us all out. We'll find out. And yet, the actual truth of what happened in place is muddy as forever, but the media won't admit that, as it would mean they don't know what the fuck is going on, and they would need to give us all the illusion that they know what's going on. So we keep paying them attention. Truth is, those fucks don't know hardly any better than you or I. And hell, with the information above, I'd say I'm taking more into account, but what can I say? I'm not the FBI. I don't know what they found in this guy's house. I'm tired of reading this. Next picture. Whatever, you guys can read it. They can pause it. This is really important, actually, and people may or may not take the autists very seriously on 4chan, but I think it's kind of hard to disagree with this one. If you can make this picture full screen and zoom in, if you can, on the bottom. If you can't, okay, I'll just read it. Okay, yeah. Scroll down. And over a little bit. So this is fucking important. An affidavit was filed March 14th, 2014, and unsealed on March 26, 2014, charging Yi with violating Title 18 of the United States Subsection Code. So anyways, all this saying is he was trafficking shit for the FBI. And then in the blue highlights, if you can make it full screen again so I can read it. For conspiracy to deal firearms without a license and to illegally import them from the Philippines by setting up international weapons trafficking deal with undercover FBI agents. So this actually happened. There's fucking rock hard evidential proof that the FBI and all the shit in the Philippines and multimillionaire investors and all this shit stinks, and it leads all back to him. Next picture. That's what I believe. I think he was running against the FBI. They capped him in the fucking ass. This is an important picture. I had these pictures 5 hours before they fucking surfaced. Well, about 5 hours. I don't remember. I definitely got them hours before they were shown on live television, and I'm sure that they got them the same time I did, but they have to verify with the uncles, brothers, cousins, nephews, ex-dogs, wife, girlfriend who's second, twice removed before they can show anything on TV. You see that fucking gun right there propped up by the shitter? That's the same fucking gun that's propped over his dead body. Exactly the same. So if you scroll back out, next picture. If you can zoom in on his body, there's another picture. That's the same motherfucking gun. Okay, scroll up a little bit. Hang on. What was that red? What did that red say? Go down, down. Scroll down. Yeah. Why is one of the guns set up over his dead body? Like, I don't think that conveniently. Like, I don't think you die and that happens. Okay, there was a suicide note. And then why is there so much unused ammo right here? Wouldn't you have it right there by the fucking window if you're going to plan on killing people till you die? I don't know. Maybe I'm a serial killer too and thought about this too much. But isn't there one over here on this side that says something else too? I may be wrong. Yeah, look at all these fucking guns. This is like dozens of thousands of dollars worth of illegally obtained firearms that this crazy motherfucker got somehow. I mean, granted, when you're a millionaire, you can get pretty much a lot of stuff, and you have some friends that could get it for you, but I don't know, man. Shit stinks. Next picture. Scroll down. This is an Instagram post. This lady said, multiple shooters. Police shot this person under the blanket as I was evacuating my hotel, leaving the Hooters parking lot structure. Multiple shooters. Crazy shit. You don't have to show her username, but we'll just go to the next picture. Crazy shit happened. Go up. Maybe we should have blurred these people's names out. We were in the Caesars Palace tonight, and there was a shooting in here, too. For some reason, the news didn't even mention this. We heard about the first shooting as we were walking into Caesars to wait it out. we were in the food court, and all of a sudden you see everyone running for their lives from the casino area right next to the food court. We took off, and then I hear about 20 gunshots behind me. We took cover behind a wall and managed to escape through the kitchen. It was like a scene in a movie. The news wasn't even saying anything, so I thought everyone would know that there was multiple shootings here tonight. Crazy. I haven't heard anything other than what Miss Harrison is saying, but I don't know. It's a possibility. I've heard a lot of people talking about that. So I guess we'll check out the next pictures we got. This is what I was talking about. So if you scroll down, that's not his hotel room. That is his hotel room. That's where all the shit took place. So that's where the broken window was, right above that, where that couch schematic is. He had his nest right there, and that's where all the shit was popped up, and you see his dead body was found right there. So the separate hotel room, there was another window broken out that no one's fucking talking about. That hotel room next to it was in his wife's name that was out of the fucking country, right? And he rerouted the credit card into his name. Sources tell me. Crazy shit. How do you explain that one, guys? Huh? One shooter? Why would he take his fucking time to go to a hotel room that was questionably procured to break a fucking window of 800-pound hurricane glass? God, it's fucking stupid. I feel like a conspiracy theorist, but everything I say makes sense. Next picture. Here's more pictures of the guns. Look at the fucking size of those clips. Like, you don't walk into a fucking Kmart and get one of those clips. What's that blue shit? I don't even see that. What is that? What do you think that is, AJ? Is that a vacuum tube? Was he deciding to clean his vac? That's a suitcase. Look at his fucking suitcase.
I think it's a pool noodle.
Oh, so he
don't know.
got his little flippy floppies and his little swim trunks.
Stephen's a weird dude, man. All right? I don't
That's
know
an
what
important-
he's got going on. He's got all those guns. That could be a giant dildo.
It's true. Could be.
He's a weird guy.
Next picture. It's a little zoomed in, but tripod doesn't casually get kicked over. Tripods are not super easy to kick over. I've shot multiple weapons from a tripod, and not real easy to tip over. Looks like it's staged. Smells like shit. Next picture. Propped over his dead body, same one that's in the bathroom, and there's a suicide note next to him that no one is releasing what's said. So, wired 100,000 doubloons to the Philippines the day prior. Was it the day prior?
I think it was about a week before, something like that. He wired $100,000 to her to buy a house in the Philippines. I think what was happening is he knew what was going on. Of course, obviously he planned it, but he had an escape plan. He had a plane. He had two planes. He had an out. He had a non-extraditional country in the Philippines, and he had bought a house there with his girl. So he had sent her ahead of time to buy the house so that he would be good to go.
See, I'm of the opinion that that's circumstantial. I think that he was running guns for the FBI.
Oh, it's definitely...
They crossed his ass.
Conspiracy.
I think this $100,000 shit was like nothing, because apparently he had done this frequently. He had been sending money to the Philippines back to her shitty broke family or something. But I think this is all circumstantial. I think that he was running guns for the FBI. Sure, it might have been a real estate investor, but he was definitely running shit for the FBI, and there's solid ties to it. I think the $100,000 is like a nothing. That's like a fart in the wind. I think they crossed him. I think that they were supposed to let him get away with it, and he was a fall guy, or they made a plan. His deal was he was going to sell them guns, and this is my opinion. He was selling them guns illegally, right? They crossed him, and then to get away with it, they to enforce gun control and all this stuff. It's all puppets, dude. It's all puppeteer shit that the government's doing to get us all in fear mode, and so that way they can crack down on their agendas. So, more pictures of the guns. Ooh, look, it's like $800 Trijicon scope or whatever it is. Yeah, look, dry blood, fresh blood. Like, it doesn't get all jelly like that super fast. And he was shooting for 10 minutes, and say he shot himself in the head as they were going down the hall.
What's crazy about this picture is exactly what you point out, is the fact that there's so much coagulated blood on top, and look how far out it goes. It goes really far out.
That's a lot of blood. How much blood is in a human
What
head?
did he
Like
do? Did he shoot himself in the mouth?
half a
there?
gallon, maybe?
Did he shoot himself in the mouth and it came out of his eyeball? I'm trying to figure out exactly how he killed himself.
No, apparently.
Which shot are we? What did he do? One of these?
Well,
Did he
then
go
his
up there?
skull would be fucked up. Maybe he shot himself like this, and the blood is coming not only out of the back of his head, because you can see it's down below his ear, right here, and it's coming out of his mouth. So the pools of blood all came out, but I don't understand. It's going very far. Like the stain is like a
Let's
fucking
hypothesize
the
something real
the stain
quick.
is like a foot and a half long. So you know how much blood it would take on a flat surface for that to roll out like that?
It would take a lot of blood, a quart at least. Let's hypothesize for a second.
That'd be more than
What
a
if-
quart.
How would this picture justify somebody else shooting him in the fucking face? All right, let's think about this for a second.
With the gun propped over his dead body.
We all think this image here is him shooting himself. What if it was somebody else shooting him? How would that go down? How would somebody be in a room with this guy doing all this shit actually kill him? They turn around and be like, we're walking out the door and making our exit. Yo, boom. How does this go down? Did he shoot himself or did he get shot? I'm trying to figure out the difference here and whether it's more plausible that he stuck it in his fucking mouth, killed himself, or
Well, we
somebody
don't
else
see.
fucking shot him.
They're not showing us an exit wound, so I don't know if it's on the back of his neck or it's to the top of his skull. We can't see that information. I don't know, dude. Like, it looks like him, kind of. I think that if
What
I
about
was
the-
going to do
what
a
about
suit,
the 13 on his neck.
oh, what, the what?
There's a picture rolling around out there with him with a 13 tattoo on his neck.
MS-13. That's all bullshit. I bet you that's bullshit.
I don't know, man. I've seen the image. It's the one with the one that they're sharing everywhere where
Where
got
he's
the
drunk?
Guys. Take a shot.
Why is that the only picture of this guy?
Man, they want to make him look bad.
Really?
I think he's the patsy. I think there's so many more
100%.
people. I think for sure, like, yeah, he's a bad dude, no doubt about it. But I think he's the fall guy. All right, I think there's a lot more going on, and this dude with this fucking, head blown off, sitting there on the goddamn ground.
Yeah,
This guy is the fall guy for everything. So he wasn't alone.
Paddock.
He wasn't alone. He's just the one that we can all blame it on.
I don't know. I don't think. Okay, can we talk about the elephant in the room here?
Sure. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Registered Democrat. Wealthy guy. Collector of fucking gangster guns. Those aren't his guns. I don't know a single Democrat that has more than just one gun. I know one guy, who is a Democrat who carries concealed a pistol. One. On my 23 years of being on this fucking planet.
This
I know
guy
one.
didn't have a job. Okay? He wasn't registered.
Well, he was a multimillionaire.
No, he's a gun fucking runner. All right?
Obviously,
That
it pays
guy-
well.
That guy, he was running guns. There's no doubt about it. It doesn't.
Did you see that Fast and the Furious shit we just pulled up from 4chan?
Together and say, boom, 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 fall guy, gun runner, Saudi Arabia. It's right there in the fucking black and white, but you can't say shit about it because the moment you do, you're a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, technically, yeah, this is a theory.
Shut up and eat your food. If you don't get your information from CBS or CNN, you're a fucking idiot.
Damn it! I've got to be quiet now.
You know what I mean? Like that's the narrative, right? Like power to the people, learn your own things, communicate with each other, and who's showing you this on national TV? No
Nobody.
one. Next picture. Next picture. Let's do the next one. Yeah, this was on the Daily Mail. Exclusive. Stephen Paddock's Florida neighbors recall how the professional gambler. Now he's a professional gambler, right? Scroll down. Showed off a photo of a slot machine that paid him $20,000, but But tell FBI they never saw him with a gun or spoke about politics. Like I said, registered Democrat. They're not a big fan of guns, stereotypically. So go back to the picture that was the before. No, next one. Go back. Yeah. Okay. FBI agents are scouring Paddock's old neighborhood in suburban Melbourne, Florida today, asking if anyone heard him talk about politics or religion. Neighbors who knew Paddock in the adult heritage IL community say that they never thought Paddock was capable of violence. Huh, the people that live next to him and know him the most intimately never thought he was violent or talked about politics. Interesting. Paddock is suspected of killing at least 58 people and injuring 515 when he opened fire on concertgoers on Sunday night. Point. If you have an automatic weapon and you're firing into a crowd, you're probably going to... unexperienced. If I handed a 7-year-old kid a fully automatic weapon and I was like, here, fire in this crowd, they would do some damage. So let's downplay the experience here. But the distance he was shooting from was fucking crazy. Like, they were on the other side. I've been to Las Vegas one time. So there was like the pyramid, the Sphinx, right? Or whatever the fuck it is.
The Luxor?
That one. It's gorgeous on the inside. Shout out to whoever made that. So his hotel is here, and there's another fucking casino. These things are huge right here. And then there's a giant concrete parking lot. It's thousands of feet. Like even like sniper rifles, or you have to like consider the bullet drop and the wind. It's like, Jesus Christ! Like, come on, dude. Like, it's much more plausible that professional trained killers did this.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, buddy.
Please.
But that's what was on that piece of paper on the thing. That was actually, he had written down bullet, whatever.
The bullet drop?
Bullet drop, the tell. He had written down distance. He had written down wind speed. It was all numbers, basically, that he had
He didn't write that. It was some FBI fucking cold stone
I
killer.
think he did. I think he was a gun runner. I think he knew what he was doing. I think he bought into it, and he actually killed people. But he really thought he had an out when he was really the fall guy. He thought he could kill a lot of people and get away with it. But he wasn't alone. That's the thing about it. He wasn't alone, and we're still sitting here telling people he's not fucking alone, and nobody's listening to us.
Mr. Calhoun, can you hand me that ashtray and a lighter, please? Yeah. I'm going to smoke a cigarette on camera so I look like a 1950s news anchor. And we're going to continue this. You have a lighter? Sir. Anyways, things stink like shit. So apparently yesterday the Daily Wire said that FBI is back in Reno after burglars elude security and raid the Las Vegas shooter's home. Really? 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 Burglars? Burglars. You mean the FBI and CIA finishing the job? Just saying, guys. Just saying. How we do it on West the Best. Anyways. Next picture. The green doesn't matter, basically. Oh, no. This is important. Can you... Yeah. Scroll back. Full screen. Or where, like, I can see the whole thing. Go up. Look, I feel bad... Okay, when was the date on this? Sunday 10th. September 10th, 2017. Okay. Look, I feel bad for some of you on this website, so I'll let you on a little secret. If you live in Las Vegas or Nevada, stay inside tomorrow. Don't go anywhere where there will be large groups of people. Also, if you live... three black cars parked next to each other, immediately leave the other. You're welcome. John, scroll down. Just stay away. Go to Arizona if you can. They won't bother you in Arizona. To clarify, I won't be doing anything to harm anyone. I'm not a killer, and I will never be one. It's called the High Incident Project. They want to make American public think that places with extremely high population, extremely high security aren't safe. They are trying to create more regulations. You will see laws proposed within the next few years to put up more metal detectors and other security devices. Media and politicians will be saying places with lots of people need even more security, and I can't guarantee anything will happen to anyone tomorrow, but Las Vegas is in their minds. Fishy. Fishy. Okay, the purple says, if their plan is successful, Nevada will pass a law in the future making all casinos mandatory metal detectors. And something, the camera's in the way. Soon after federal law will be passed, these machines will universities, high schools, you name it. The OSI system and Chertoff are the main producers of these machines, and sometimes around 2020, Chertoff and OSI will merge into a single company, and they will merge owners to set off stock. Da 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 da. Anyways, the metal detectors are all getting bought up by these dudes apparently, and it's all propaganda for them to make tons of money. So it's easy to go, hey, I'll pay you $1 million, go kill as many people you can, and they hire some hitman or the federal government agency.
Let me ask you this. It seems like a lot of people made some moves, okay, prior to this event. Like, they knew something was fucking going to go down, all right? A lot of big wig motherfuckers. And the Las Vegas Police Department, and I don't want to say anything bad about the police that are walking the streets. They're doing their job. They're probably one of the best people in the world. They're probably... They
Back
are,
to blue.
all right? But there's something going on there with the cover-up. I don't know what
We need
the
more
fuck
black
is
cops.
going on.
Just saying.
There's a cover-up going on where we know for a fact there's more than one shooter. We know for a fact there was more than one shooting. There was more than one location. The first shots, he was trying to blow up those fucking tanks. The fucking gas tanks or whatever it was that they had there. Those were the first shots. These first shots were intended for an explosion. It's weird, man. Like, I don't get, like, this Stefan guy. I keep calling him Stefan because fuck that motherfucker.
His name's Stefan. Get it right.
Stefan? Yeah, let's keep doing that. Let's call him Stefan.
So my whole point is these. This is my theory. All these old dudes who are making all the moves, playing Monopoly with the American public, are seriously underestimating the power of social media and are able to communicate with each other. This shit right here could be a joke, but it's kind of like, how often does this come up? This doesn't come up in random conversation. And then a month later, some crazy atrocity happens. This is a guy that everyone's being praising because he was chugging beer and flipping off the gunman. Just like, he was drunk as fuck, obviously, but proud of your boy. Do we know his name?
I don't think anybody knows his name yet, but I got to give my hats off to this guy. I think this is a brave thing to do. At the same time, it's a fucking stupid fucking.
We don't have any pictures of Dan Bilzerian, but people are talking shit about Dan.
Back on it now, and this dude's standing there with hundreds of rounds flying. Like, dude, that's fucking stupid. He's gonna look back and he's gonna be like, yeah, that was the ballsiest thing I ever did. And I would say that's probably the most American thing I've seen of the year. Okay?
I would. We need to make T-shirts with that guy's face on it.
That takes some balls, some cojones. But that was dumb, bro. But he sat there. He's in the line of fire, literally in the line of fire.
There's people like 5 feet around him. Like, he could like take 3 steps and touch, and they're fucking dead. Anyways, next picture. This was crazy shit. CBS fires vice president who said Vegas victims didn't deserve sympathy because they were country music fans who are often Republican. I saw the Facebook interchange. I think it might be on. I don't know if I sent you the picture, but she was like, "Man, it's whatever. They're all Trump supporters anyways, and they all like guns, so they're just getting what they deserve." What? How incredibly insensitive! People are losing their family members, brothers, daughters, sons, fathers, mothers. Like,
this is just another example of why it's okay to hate Republicans or anybody that supports.
It's not okay to hate anybody.
Well,
Jesus.
This is how it is. This is the environment that we're living in. This is why Trump won. They just don't get it. These people like her. What's her name? Whatever her name is. All right, I don't care because she's talking garbage, so I don't care about her fucking name. This is why Trump won. You can't run around talking like this and expect people to just accept you.
The deal is
that you stand for. Like, no, you're cool with people dying because they don't agree with you politically.
The deal is, if she was just a normal citizen, she'd be a bitch. But because she represents CBS, her opinions don't reflect her. They reflect CBS. So they had to can her fucking ass, even if the people that fired her agree with her. That's just how business works, right? Next picture.
Rolling.
ISIS claims responsibility for Las Vegas attack, says shooters converted to Islam a few months prior, which is weird because there was nothing that would indicate that. But
actually, I disagree with you there. I disagree that there's nothing to indicate it. And the reason why is because of that fucking woman he's with. All right? She's married to 2 guys right now. One of them's dead. All right? We don't even know who the other husband is.
Wouldn't that be her ex-husband?
I'm just saying the Philippines is no joke. They're great at conning people. They're ravaged by ISIS. It's not it's not implausible that he could have been radicalized. And like I said, he's the Ponzi. This guy, he's older, 60 something like that. And I think
64?
60 something like
64,
that.
62.
64. The Philippines, her, him. Yeah, it actually makes more sense that he could have been radicalized. And I think ISIS will do that a lot of times. They'll kind of claim
Responsibility?
They'll claim responsibility, say, yeah, we did it. And as much as I wanted to dismiss this one, I feel like, hold up for a second. It could be he did get radicalized, and with all the other facts, with the whole army written out, everything upstairs, and all the gun running that he's been doing, yeah, it's plausible. It's definitely plausible.
I just the possibility of it happening the way that the media is telling you it's happening is slim. It's very slim. Next picture. If you just move it over a little bit, yeah. 2 broken windows, 2 different suites, same shit. People don't want to talk about it. Next picture. The incredibly insensitive tweet that Hillary Clinton released. The crowd fled at the sound of gunshots. Imagine the deaths if the shooter had a silencer, which the NRA wants to make easier to get. What? I don't know if I should say this. I'm very aware. I have personal experience with the procurement of silencers, I'll just say. So I'm very familiar with the process. It takes a long fucking time. And there's a law passed where if you buy one, they hold it for a year at an FFL, and then you have to tell the police chief in the county you live in that you have it. And you have to give him a registry of all the shit you have. You can hunt at night with it. Makes it easier. Obviously, when people the movie Hitman and all the games and stuff, and Splinter Cell and all this kind of stuff. Sure, I think that if anyone thinks about shooting someone, that they would think about having a silencer. You could go to O'Reilly's and get a fucking oil filter, screw it onto a gun, and create a one-hit silencer. I mean, come on. People are people. If you were going to kill somebody, you'll find a way. If you're on a plane, you'll take off your shoelaces and strangle the pilot to death. People find a way. If they're crazy, mentally ill people, they find a way to kill people. So,
have you heard that Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton aren't talking right now?
Apparently
That
he
they're
didn't
not communicating at all ever since Bill Clinton actually. So maybe it's just a conspiracy theory, but Bill Clinton's not talking to Hillary Clinton ever since he tried to, I guess, help her with her book. He tried to tell her not to release it, and then he tried to go through and edit it.
The What Happened book?
Yeah, oh, Jesus Christ.
Trump happened.
America happened. All right, it wasn't even Trump. And honestly, Trump, he's our voice. They hate him because he's us.
Trump is the hammer. He's the light. He is the way. He's the God Emperor Daddy, and his Trumpenreich will reign
Right,
forever.
I digress a little bit. So they're not talking. Apparently, he threw her book right in the trash because she wouldn't listen to him. Said, "Don't release it." Here's
Did he
the edit.
literally take a copy and throw it in the trash?
They're only talking through lawyers now. They haven't been seen together since August.
Wasn't he a vegan now, and he looks like he's dying? He looks so sickly.
Dude, this is crazy because I saw this picture. I could probably pull it up real quick. It was Bill Clinton and Sam Hagar, right? And they were both the same age, and one is the rock guy who's been living on drugs, sex, and alcohol and rock and roll.
Veganism
And then
do a
one
trip
was
on you.
Bill Clinton, and he looked like death. He looked worse than death. It was when you put them together, it looked so bad. I'm gonna pull this up for you
So
guys. Real
I
fast.
have this theory. That I've talked to people that believe that human beings weren't supposed to eat meat or something, which I don't agree with, because if you look at lions, they're healthy as hell, and they eat meat. Tons of animals eat meat. If you believe humans are animals, then what's the problem? Are you good over there? Did you spoil something? Not a good look. Not a good look, Bill. Do you need a towel for that fucking thing? All right, next picture. We're almost coming to an end here, guys. So stay tuned. Oh, are we gonna play this? What is this? Oh. We're gonna take off some other pictures, but I don't know. None of it makes sense to me. I don't understand why people are so readily lapping up the he was just a crazy white guy who bought a bunch of crazy guns. It shouldn't be. Anyone should be able to get. And it's not the situation. If you take 3 seconds to look up Stephen Paddock, Las Vegas shooting, you can see Stefan. I'm sorry, his name is Stefan. It's not what they're telling you it is. It's not even kind of what they're telling you it is. It's obviously something they want to hide that someone somewhere is orchestrating to make money. I see the video of Dan Bilzerian. You know, I saw it on his Snapchat. Like, he was hanging out with Steve Aoki and then, like, jumping off a roof. And then, like, people are making fun of him because he was running away. And it was because he got this girl and he took her to the hospital, came back with guns and shit. Whatever. Sounds like an American hero to me. Who is Geary? Is that her old ex-husband?
Not sure. This is the next picture.
Oh, this is yeah, this is who they thought. This is her ex-husband. That at the time they thought this was him. I think they thought the shooter was this guy. So none of this stuff really matters. But apparently he liked shit on Facebook like, "Thank you, Obama, anti-Trump party, Progressive Day, organizing for action. Not my president. Proud to be a Democrat. Fight Trump and boycott all things something Trump." So I think that was when we didn't know it was Stefan. Next picture. Is that the last picture? Oh, okay. This is right when they identified him. May or may not be true, but Stephen Craig Paddock, white male, 64, roommate of Mary Lou, Geary Jan. Oh, so Paddock was living with those two guys? I didn't know that. I don't think this is true. He's an alt-left Antifa supporter, member of Obama's Organizing for Action and anti-Trump party. Groups are supposedly militant and ex-hippie who hated country music fans, but he wasn't a veteran. 50-plus people are dead. So that was like the first thing that I saw in this. So I guess that's the last picture. We're going to cut it there. But yeah, man, a lot of this stuff doesn't add up. Comment below if you have any theories. I'd love to check them out. Maybe we'll do another recap video in a year and see where we land when all the dust settles, see if there's any advancements in the story. So I don't know. I don't think it adds up. But send me your theories. I'd love to see them. That has been episode 18 of the West is the Best Show. Thanks for tuning in. You can check us out on www.truetube.media. And stay tuned for episode 19. I believe Mr. Jason will be coming in to talk, I think, about bump stocks. I'm not sure. He'll have an episode out on Saturday or Sunday. So stay tuned for that. And as always, thanks for spending your time with me.